Welcome back. This morning we're learning more about the horrific shooting that killed 2 children at a Catholic school in Minneapolis this week.
Hello, this is Nikki Renfroe. Welcome to Safe Nation. Today, I'm guiding you through a heartbreaking and critical conversation.
Were killed: 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel and 10-year-old Harper Moisky. 15 other children and 3 adults were also hurt. As for the gunman, police say they opened fire through a church window and never went inside. The shooter took their own life behind the church before police arrived.
The tragic mass shooting at Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis during a morning mass. This wasn't just another news story. It was an attack on a place that should be sacred and safe. What happened? How did it unfold? And why does it matter for law enforcement, security, and community trust? Let's walk through the facts as they are currently, what we may misunderstand, and how we move forward. On the morning of August 27, 2025, 23-year-old Robin Westman opened fire through the stained glass windows of Annunciation Catholic School during Mass, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others, including 14 children and 3 elderly worshipers. Westman then died by suicide on the scene.
Fox News obtaining a search warrant detailing what investigators learned about the suspected shooter, including that he recently went through a breakup and that officials seized a tactical vest from his father's home.
Westman was armed with a rifle, shotgun, and pistol, all legally purchased. The weapons had inscriptions with racial and anti-Semitic slurs, and Westman left behind a manifesto and videos that included disturbing content. Authorities are investigating this as a possible hate crime and act of domestic terrorism. Some media responses and political commentary have framed it through lenses of mental health, identity, and policy. Meanwhile, the community, including law enforcement, clergy, and leadership, responded with grief, solidarity, and the need for action. Many people might believe this attack was a random act or that schools automatically have adequate protection. The reality is, there was no active shooter protocol or security breach prior to the incident. Schools and churches remain vulnerable under current U.S. policy, where security often relies on prevention training, staff preparedness, and sometimes volunteer programs rather than dedicated on-site armed officers. This tragedy underscores how vulnerable soft targets remain by default, unless legislators or administrators choose to invest in robust security infrastructure. From my experience in law enforcement, school or church incidents are among the most challenging. You walk in expecting peace, unity, and community. Being prepared for unpredictable violence requires both policy and practical training. We must ask, are active shooter drills enough? Should schools and churches have standardized security protocols like controlled entry, trained personnel, or emergency response systems? How do we preserve openness of worship while also protecting youth? There's a balance between hospitality and vigilance. Policy must empower communities to protect themselves without turning sacred spaces into fortress-like environments. Here's what I'd like you to consider. Should places of worship and schools automatically implement more stringent security measures? If we believe that safety couldn't fail, now when it has, what should change? Let me know in the comments. What security approach feels right to you? Discrete preparedness or structural shifts? Thank you for listening to today's commentary on Safe Nation. If you found value in this careful breakdown, please like, share, and subscribe. These aren't just stories. They're calls for awareness and proactive change. I'm Nikki Renfroe. Stay safe, stay informed. Until next time.